Hey, it's Chris, and welcome to the Bing campaign setup. I'm going to go ahead and just walk you through setting up a campaign in Bing and also how to do some tracking as well. So let's go ahead and get started then. The best thing to do is just to dive right into it. So let me just pull up our Max Bounty demo account here. We're going to go ahead and log into that. Got to make sure I have it right. Okay, perfect. There we go. All right, so let's go ahead and get that pulled up here, and then we're going to go back over to Bing Ads. We're going to do our very first campaign. Now, in this campaign, we're going to be doing a direct linking campaign. So, direct linking, of course, just as it sounds, is you're sending traffic straight to the offer. Typically, you can build a landing page in front, or sometimes an advertorial to pre-sell your visitors. We'll talk a little bit about that as well. So let's go ahead and set that up. Here's some things that you want to keep in mind with Bing. So I'm going to give you guys some campaigns that do well with direct linking as well. There's offer 7333. This is really cool. This is a disability guide. It pays $11 per lead. There's also this payday loan offer. It's 100-day loans. This pays $90 for submit. They're a little bit harder to get though. So this one's definitely doing really well in Bing. There's also Gobble loans, which has a pretty good EPC. Another tip I want to give you guys is if you're using a particular traffic source, such as Bing PPC, you can contact your affiliate manager anytime because offers are always changing in the network, meaning they're bringing new offers on. I mean, Max Bounty is probably bringing on 10 to 15 new offers every single day. So they're very good at making suggestions, and you just tell them, you can go to your affiliate manager, either email them, and let me just show you right here. So here's our affiliate manager. You can send her an email. Even add them on Skype and ask them, hey, what are some offers that convert good with Bing PPC? And they're going to make some suggestions for you, because what they have is they're able to see the entire network stats, meaning they're able to see, it's kind of like a bird's eye view, right? They're able to see the entire map. It's like if you don't know where you're going, they have kind of the map and say, hey, based on this history, it looks like these offers convert good with Bing PPC. So that's something just to keep in mind. One thing I do want to tell you is like the disability offer here. I'm going to go to it just to show you this disability guide that's one page. There's a lot of offers you'll notice. You'll start to come across. Let me log back in. You'll notice that it says request approval to run. That's pretty normal. Usually the really good offers do say that. I'll just be straight up honest with you guys. If it's a really good offer, usually you're gonna have to request approval. And now that's nothing to be worried about. Let me just show you. You're just gonna say, request approval to run. They want some information about your campaign. Now these questions are a little bit, you don't really know how many number of clicks you're gonna send a day or leads you're gonna send a day. So if I was requesting this offer, you're just going to put something like 500 and then leads just do 50, and you can put the same for every campaign. The type of traffic you'll be using, well, they just want to know what you're going to be using. If you're using Bing, then you're going to put search, and then they just want a little paragraph of how you're going to run the campaign. So you can just say, I plan on running this campaign using only Bing PPC and direct linking, only using approved creatives. And a creative is like basically what the advertiser gives you. And then you can click send request. So that's all. They just want to know more about how you're promoting it. And then the reason why there's requests for approval to run, they usually keep it that way, especially on more sensitive offers or offers that produce good results request approval. So after you send request, you usually will get approved. If it's Monday through Friday, you're probably going to get approved within 24 hours. If you have your affiliate manager on Skype, you can send them a Skype message, which is the best way to communicate with them, and just say, hey, I just applied for campaign 7333 disability guide, and I want to run it. So that's just something to keep in mind when it comes to running offers. So let's go back and let's go ahead and set up a campaign with one of the URLs that we created earlier. So in the tracking video, let me go over to links. We actually created a URL already, a tracking URL. So I'm going to go ahead and grab it. We're going to go ahead and just run my success system revealed. We created a couple of different examples. So we'll have this pulled up, and let's go ahead and create a campaign in Bing. This is our very first campaign, so let's go ahead and make this happen. You're going to go to the Campaigns tab if you're not already there. I'm already logged into Bing, and you're going to go to Create Campaign, and you're going to do a Search and Content Campaign. Okay, this is what it looks like here. We're going to go through and we're going to just name everything. So once again, I like to do this. I like to type in MB, then we'll name it Success System. Choose the time zone that's appropriate for you. Hopefully it's already defaulted for you. Leave it at $5 for now, and then one thing you want to make note of is, well, does this offer allow other countries? Well, let's go find out. We're going to go to Search Campaigns, and then we're going to go to BizOp, and then we're going to do Search. Okay, and then let's just go find it. Let's see where it is here. Success System revealed. And you just want to make sure this is United States only. So this is where it tells you. So you're not going to want to run traffic to Canada because you're not going to get paid on it. So you're going to come back to Bing ads. We're only going to United States. We only want to show ads to people in your targeted location. Okay. I know it says recommended here. I always just do people in your targeted location because we're only going to get paid on people in the US, not someone searching about the US. Okay, now we're going to create a relevant ad title. So the best way to do this is go to your landing page, and you want to make sure that the ad title is kind of relevant to what you're talking about. Okay, so the Success System, it's kind of like a make money online, kind of like a biz, it's just a pure biz op. So let's go back over then to Bing ads, and we'll just say we're going to do #1, work from home. Let's see if it lets opportunity. So we'll just do #1, work from home job. Now for our ad text, you can copy this as well. If you're not very good at ad title or ad copy, here's what you can do. Here's a tip. I'm going to give you guys a little quick tip. You can go to bing.com or whatever network you're advertising in. And here's how you can get good ideas for ad copy. You can even use Google as well. Let's just type in, work from home jobs. And what we can do is we can look at other ads and get ideas for titles. In some cases, you can just copy. So #1, work at home, a 27 to 37 hour work at home. So like, for example, I might want to copy just this. So I'll copy this, go over to my Bing ad, and there we go, all done. All right, so here's where it sometimes gets tricky for people is they want to know the display and destination URL. So I'm going to go over to ClickMagic, and you're going to just copy this link. Now, this is your destination URL. Your display URL is basically the final URL, what the user sees. So your display URL is going to be, let's go ahead and paste it. It's going to be responsiveoffers.com. So you get this URL right here, responsiveoffers.com. This is where you're taking the users. Remember, ClickMagic is just your tracking. So we can put that as your display URL. That's what the user sees. Okay, and then for your destination URL, if you want to track keywords, which you do, you're going to add / to your URL, and then you're going to make this little tag, keyword. In case you can't see that, I'm going to put it right here in Notepad. Okay, let me go ahead and pull that up. All right, and show you what it looks like. So keyword right there. So that's the tag that you're using. So keyword right there, / keyword. Now other things that you can track in Bing, and anything you really want to track after that, you just use another bracket. There's a cheat sheet that we're putting in the resources tab. So of this training, if you go to the resources tab, and then it's going to be under you're going to see some cheat sheets available for you under the resources tab with tokens and things like that. I have this tab open as well, which is in ClickMagic, and this gives you some tokens like for Bing. There's Google AdWords. Here's all the Bing tokens. You got keywords, query string, which query string and keyword is basically the same thing, match type, and then there's ad ID. you're probably going to want to use ad ID as well. So very simple, and I'll show you how this works, is you're just going to go over to your Bing over here, and then you're just going to put in ad ID after it. So it's going to look like this. So this is what your URL is going to look like. This is going to allow you to track keywords and your ad ID, because sometimes you want to split test different ad titles. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and do some keyword research. Well, we have a couple of different options. We're going to go ahead and use the Bing one on here. So we're going to go to Keyword Planner. I'm going to go ahead and open this. So there's some tips. If you're not good at ad copy, go and kind of swipe someone else's ad copy, as long as you're not taking any brand names. That's going to really help you out a lot. So we're going to just type in, work from home jobs. You can put your landing page. I usually don't. I just do get suggestions based off of that. Okay, and then what you can do here is you can actually select, oh wow, this has a lot of search volume. So this is 980,000. We'll just take the top 3. You can take any that you want, and then you can go ahead and export it. Okay, and this is going to export in a CSV file. We'll just go ahead and open it. This is all Bing data. Another option is you can also use Google Keyword Planner and things like that to gather that information. So just give that a minute to load up. And this is going to give us some great keyword data. And it even tells you, another thing I want to point out, it even shows you the suggested bid and the competition. This is going to kind of give you a good idea for a starting point of where you should start with your bids. So here's all the keywords. What you can do is you can just scroll all the way down and select all these keywords like that. Copy it, and I'll minimize that. Go over to my other tab that I have open, and you're just going to paste those in there. Very simple, and click Add. Don't worry too much about the bids right now. We're going to be able to change all the bids because it's going to put in some really high defaults on some of these. Some of them are like $5. You don't want to manually go through and change that all. There's a faster way. I'll show you. So just go ahead and click Save for now. Okay. All right. Let's see. Might have gave us an error. Let's make sure. Nope. I think we're good. So yeah, we're on the next page here. So ad distribution. I would just remove the content network because you don't get very good quality in the content network. Being, this is only available in the United States, it still does that. So you just want to remove. You only want to stick in search, and you can do all search networks, which is what I recommend. Just do all search networks, and then you're going to leave everything else at the default. You're going to leave the default search, leave the default here. If you do want to look over this and change it, you can, but I recommend just leaving it at the default. And we're going to go ahead and click on Save. And there we go. We have our first campaign set up. You're going to want to click into it and change the keyword bids. So go ahead and click on that. And then you're going to go over to the Keywords tab. We're going to talk a little bit about ad groups too in just a moment. So we're going to go to Keywords. The first thing you want to do is change all your keywords. So what we're going to look is we have some great data here from Bing. It's saying the suggested bid is 23 cents. I like to go a little bit higher. This one's 27 cents, 26 cents. So we're going to just pick the highest of the 3. We're going to go 27 cents. Doesn't mean you're going to end up paying 27 cents a click. It's just kind of where you want to put your baseline. So we're going to select all rows and all pages because sometimes you have 800 keywords. So make sure you select all rows and all pages. You're going to go to Edit, and then you're going to click on Change Current Bids. And we're going to go ahead and lock in at 0.27 for now. Once again, that can change kind of once we get some traffic flowing in. And then give it just a second. It should update. We're going to stay on broad because what we're really doing right now is just collecting data. So I'm going to go over to my ad. And I just want to make sure that it looks good. So here's what it looks like right now. Work from home job. If I go and edit it, I can kind of see everything. There it is. Perfect. Awesome. Now, the way that you can see if this is working, you're tracking. Let me copy this and come over to a new tab. Okay. You have the keyword and the ad ID here. So what you could do here is, like, let's just say when a user searches something like, let's just say the #1 work from home job. And let's just say the ad ID was, usually it's like a code in Bing, it's usually like 9235. Press enter. Okay, we'll actually give it a real live test here. Perfect, so it takes it to the offer. Now when I go over to ClickMagick, check this out. This is really cool. So I'm just going to refresh the page. This is for the success system. So now I have 1 unique click because remember, it's just me clicking right now, and 4 total clicks. If I click on the total clicks, check this out. There it is. That's what I just did right here. So the #1 work from home job, that was me testing it, and then I just put in some random numbers. Now this is how you're going to be able to track to see which keywords are converting, because remember, we're tracking with, if you set up the pixel already, when I start seeing actions here, what I can start doing is tracking everything that's getting actions. So when I finally see, oh wow, this is getting results now, then I'll be able to scale up and start removing keywords. So we'll come back to this, of course, as well. So I'm going to go back over to Bing Ads. Just wanted to show you guys the setup. What I recommend doing is creating at least 3 to 5 different ad copies for every campaign because you want to see what converts. So we're going to create another ad title. One thing that I recommend doing is using this in your ad title. It's the keyword tag. Now you can go to dynamic text and you can grab it there as well. So let's just say if I didn't type it in manually, you can just go #1 keyword. And now what this does, this is a really cool, kind of like a cool trick in Bing, is this actually will pull whatever the user searches. So if the user searches something like work from home survey jobs, then it's going to say #1 work from home survey jobs. So this basically puts in whatever the user types. So whatever the user types is going to show up here in your ad, which means it's a super relevant ad copy. You can actually do it down here as well. A good example. Just like that. Keyword. You're going to leave your link the same in your display, and then you're just going to click save and create another. So I always recommend creating at least 1 of those. It's good to have some supporting text, so it says #1, whatever the user searches, and then you can create some others. If you run out of ideas, if you just go over to Bing, you can kind of see what other people are using for their ads. #1 work from home. You can kind of go to a different page if you want to try this top 3 work at home. So we could try that. We could do top 3 work at home jobs, and we could put that in. Go back over. Okay, and we're just going to copy. Like I said, as long as you're not copying any brand names, you're fine. So I created 3 for this example. Okay, now it's at $5 a day. I'm going to speed this up so that way I can have it ready. I recommend leaving it at, if you're testing, you want to do $5 or $10 a day to test. And then if you go to, there's accelerated, which is going to spend your budget as quickly as possible. I don't recommend using accelerated in test mode until you actually have experience with your campaigns. You just want to use it on standard, which is going to try to spend your budget evenly throughout the day. Since I want to collect data really fast, I'm just going to up this to 30 and do accelerated, but I recommend that you guys leave it at $5 or $10 standard and just to start collecting data. So that's it. We're going to come back and still work more with this campaign, so I'll see you in the next video. And once again, thank you for watching.